Here we go again, another video. This is The Wire, season 3, episode 7. Um, this one was a pretty uneventful episode, to be honest. It was a pretty uneventful episode. I mean, it wasn't their best work. So you've got, but a lot of seeds are being planted. I can say that a lot of seeds are being planted this episode. So, give me a second. So, thought I heard something outside. I had to make sure. Anyway, yeah, McNutty's pursuing this love interest of his, which I think, of course, is somebody who's his match or could be better than him as far as lack of feelings towards the person you're with. I mean, you get that kind of vibe from McNutty. But anyway, um, oh, this dog is pushing me around. What are you every day with this dog? So yeah, we got that going on. You've got Barksdale's out ripping and running. He's causing all type of problems, not only for his competitors, but for the police as well, because of his constant desire to control these corners that are controlled by somebody else, or to take control of these corners. It's causing murders to happen, which is bringing heat towards the department, which is having basically a really nasty ripple effect. Um, but what else I was gonna go? You got that going on, and then also uh, you got old friends crossing paths more and more, especially in this episode. Two of the guys, guy's name was Herc and Ellis or Elias, one of the two. Those two guys that used to work with the unit are now working in a completely different part of the city. Uh, they're uh, they're lower ranking officers in charge of they call it Amsterdam, but it's supposed to be Amsterdam. Whatever. They're over in that area, that drug free zone, and I guess I could touch on that a little bit more. Um, so we've got uh, Kima's. Oh, Kima, she has issues domestic issues at home too. She's finally spilled the beans about her feelings towards this child and her partner, and her partner's kicked her out the house. I'll never understand how, if somebody's the breadwinner, which meaning they pay for everything, the rent, the food, the electricity, the water, the garbage. They pay all the bills. You turn around and the other person can kick you out willingly, and you just have to go. Nah, I'm not going for that. Personally, I'm not going for that. But anyway, her her uh her informant, the guy she's been going to since season 1, he is now selling T-shirts, right? And he's walking through one of these safe havens for drugs, and man, you centralize people who are in the grips of a vice like that in an area with people who are profiting from other people's downfall or shortcomings, however you want to describe it, and you create this tornado of filth and desperation and horror like no other. And they did a fantastic job of bringing that to life and illustrating that in this one scene. And of course, in this sea of madness, the informant is able to pick out his one and only true friend, and he's sitting there completely toasted, right? And he keeps going on about he's a gladiator and a Viking, and I don't even know where he's getting this nonsense from. And the CI is trying to pull him out because for some reason he has some type of feelings towards the guy. He's trying to pull him out. Come on, man, we got to go. We got to do this. We got to do that. It's like, nah, I'm not going nowhere. And just as he's doing that, a fight breaks out, and of course, it's unbelievable to see what's going on in concern. Well, what's going on as far as this fight's concerned. But just for that moment that his attention is occupied by that, he turns back around and his friend has already went back inside to continue using. Just a great scene overall. What was I going with this? Talked about McNulty. Talked a little bit about Kima. Um, talked about uh, the other cops. What old friends meeting together. Um. Oh. So this individual the Avon, the boss, El Patron, the guy that they've been following since the first season. He's basically going to war. It seems like it shouldn't even be an issue for him, considering he's controlling such a big organization. But he just doesn't have anybody who's willing and able to basically bring the heat to him. And this other guy does have some people who are ready to do their job, and they're winning right now. What else should I talk about? I don't want to skip. God, I feel like I'm missing one thing, but I don't want to skip the fact that this individual, Cuddy, that character Cuddy, he's decided to go straight and narrow, and yeah, so he's having this heart to heart with the guy who was basically in his same position some years earlier, and he's cutting lines at this particular moment. He's had a heart to heart with him, and he's basically telling, man, you, if anything, you need to start with just having somebody to talk to, which I think is actually a pretty important step, right? Everybody needs somebody to vent or just to let off steam, somebody you feel comfortable talking about. Not necessarily your deepest, darkest secrets, but how you truly feel about the situation you may be in or the things that you see going on around you. I think that's important, right? So he goes back to the individual he basically dismissed in a few episodes prior, and he starts venting to him about his situation. And I'm hoping that goes somewhere because now I really like the direction of this character. I don't necessarily like how he got to this point, but I definitely like the direction of this character. It's they're using this as an opportunity to show what could be. I feel what could be if an individual decides to take that hard path and go the righteous way. I know I'm having a problem using these air quotations, but I just feel it's necessary. What else happened in this episode? Kima. I talked about one of the characters almost. Did I? Well, that little war that's going on between Avon and this other guy. I haven't remembered that character's name yet, but yeah. Ooh, what else happens? Oh, so the end of the episode, the unit is made aware that. Oh, okay. Well, now I know I'm missing. I go. I get back to that. Try to give a mental note of that. So Stringer, this guy, he's all in a tizzy. He's worried that Avon and old boy's mother is gonna find out that he had him killed because of McNulty's actions, stirring up the shit. Basically, he's got everybody saying, "Well, maybe it wasn't a homicide," which plain as day you can see it wasn't a homicide. But anyway, maybe it wasn't a homicide. So now they're looking into it, and he's trying to basically cover his tracks. And you see him sweating, and I like it, but I don't like how violent he was getting towards old girl. But it is what it is. Uh, Dang, I trying to make a mental note of what I was talking about. God, McNutty. Oh, okay. Now this is a good one. So I feel like the writers knew that this was the writers and the director. The writers knew this was going to be a weaker episode, and the director, as probably as they're filming and putting, well, the editor and director probably had a phone conversation about, like, hey man, this episode's pretty weak, bro. We need to put something at the end to really pump it up. The unit that puts Avon away is finally made aware of the fact that Avon is freed. They all basically can't take it and they lose it. The end of the episode is Kima picking up a filing cabinet and throwing it right in the direction of the camera and fade to black. It's so necessary in order to close out this episode, which throughout has been so lackluster. I feel like compared to some of the better episodes, yeah, most definitely. But it was a weaker episode. I can put it that way. Now, if you like this, I got some more reviews and reactions towards The Wire. I've got Breaking Bad. I've got 2 seasons of The Mandalorian where I'm pretty much dragging it. But just go check out the rest of my videos and don't forget to subscribe.